The following program is brought to you by the Internet Broadcasting Organization. Welcome to Let's Talk Business Tampa Bay, a live interactive TV show where you can receive help for your business and also participate in on-air brainstorming sessions to help others in their business. And now, your hosts, Carl Lucci and Walt Mooring.
Well, good evening. This is our fourth show. Welcome to the show. And I'm here with Carl. And we're going to be talking, my first subject today that I'm going to be talking about this morning, this evening, I'll say it, is we're going to be talking about and discussing business coaching and why people use a business coach to take their business to the next level. You know, as business around the world has become increasingly competitive, the demand to stay ahead of your competition is stronger and stronger. And for this major reason, and many others that I'll discuss in a bit, individuals and businesses are choosing to use a business coach or advisor to help create an environment for the overall growth and success of their business. Many people have asked me, well, geez, Walt, you know, what is a business coach? Who is that person? What are they about? And typically, it's a professionally trained and certified individual that, most importantly, has a very deep background in a variety of business issues and businesses as well. So they really have a deep experience in their past. It's different types of businesses, small, medium, and large. That's what the basic personality of the person should have that kind of experience. They can provide advice, guidance, and ideas for you, the business owner. And they're going to base a lot of that advice based on their own experience. They've been out there, they've made the mistakes. They don't want you to make the same mistakes. And that's what they can do for you. And by doing that, they actually help you to grow your business because you're not doing things that he knows or that person, that coach knows, that actually is going to waste time. He knows it's not going to work, don't even go there. He's been there, done that. They'll tell you that it won't work and why it won't work and so forth. But also the business coach can help you clarify your business goals and objectives. And that's critically important, is to be able to understand how to clarify what you want to get done. A business coach can also help you develop skills in certain areas, whether it be how do I coach an employee, or how do I handle my manager, or what do I do with this kind of vendor. And another thing that business coach brings to you is help and brings other resources. For instance, as vendors. For instance, with many of my customers, if they need a good printer, I know several good printers in the market. If they need a good web designer, I know several good web designers in the area. So I know a lot of different vendors that can help all of my clients. And that's one of the things that is critically important as a business coach, that you be able to bring people to your client that can help them grow their business in many different ways, not just, what to do in the business, but what vendors to use that are some of the best in the market. Maybe they're looking for the least expensive company that can print their business cards because they don't want to use Vistaprint because that's really inexpensive and they look cheap and all that. But that kind of experience a business coach or advisor can bring to you. But I think one of the most important benefits of the coach is that they provide a fresh pair of eyes. Most business owners are so busy working in their business, they fail to work on their business enough to do that. So the business coach can sit back, look at the business, see what's happening, what's going on, and say, okay, this is not working for you because of this. Because business coach, we can step back and look at the entire business and be thinking about what can we do on the business to improve it. A business coach can also help you develop skills and improve performance and accountability, not only for yourself, but also for your employees. A good business advisor provides guidance concerning business problems. Most common I've run into are employee management issues, marketing issues, could be sales issues, that type of thing. A lot of different topics, but those are the most common. Also, a business coach provides new insights into daily business operational activities or daily operational management. With many of my clients, I'm able to help them improve their methods, their systems, their procedures in all areas of their business. This could include simple things like, sounds simple, but it's more complicated than you might think, but developing a handbook, employee handbook, or safety training. Or another thing that's real important these days is employee coaching. How do I get an employee to do the things that they're supposed to be doing? How do I coach them? They're doing a lot of things right, but there's one or two things that they need to improve them. How do I coach them? I don't necessarily want to stand over them every day. So the other thing is that business coach can provide a sound understanding of business principles that can help your business succeed. And what I'm talking about there is about being proactive, okay, about what is the difference between micromanagement and macro management. Those are two very different management styles. You can tell that just by the name, obviously. But knowing what those two differences are. In some businesses, micromanagement works. In many businesses, it does not. You need to use a different style called macro management. Also, we can help in areas of day-to-day operational objectives, what you need to get done. Also, in many cases, I'll help with my clients with their social media marketing, give them sales ideas. In some cases, I've even trained their salespeople. Another thing that's important to be concerned about as an employer or self-employed individual is, how do I maintain that work-life balance? How do I do that? So most any business issue can be handled, but a business coach or advisor is the most effective and inexpensive way for you, the business owner, to achieve growth, change, positive change, and development, both in you, the individual business owner, as well as any department in your company, perhaps, or even your entire organization. But many people ask, have a question. They say, do I need assistance of a business coach? And how do I know if I need a business coach? To get yourself to that decision, you want to ask these questions. First, is your business structure and business systems the best can they be? They can be. Are they the best they can be? Second, are your leadership skills and abilities the best they can be? Third, do you have a business roadmap that's specific to your business that you're going to be able to follow towards success in growing your business? Do you have those written down especially? Next, do you think there's an untapped revenue potential or stream in your business? I run into many businesses that if they just do things a little bit differently, they could potentially add a new product or service. Actually, the easiest way for any business to increase their revenue is not to sell some of the same product they're already selling. It's to find other products to sell. So they have a clientele that's buying product A. Maybe there's another product they can develop or bring in to sell to their current customers, and ultimately what they're doing is their customers' average ticket goes up, gets higher. So instead of the average ticket, let's say, being $50, now it's $75, and you're getting the money from the same clientele. That's the easiest way to grow revenue. Another question is, do you ever feel trapped or overwhelmed with your business? Is that an issue? That's something else you want to think about. You feel trapped. Next slide. Do you honestly evaluate what's working or not working in your business? I spend a lot of time with clients when I first meet them to take and sit down and analyze exactly what's going on in their business so we know exactly what's working, what's not working. They've got a website. If people are calling in to buy a product or service, when people take the call, do they find out where they're coming from? Is it coming from the website, or are the calls coming from somewhere else? Next is, would a complete written strategic action plan be of benefit to you? If that would be, that's what a business advisor or a business coach can do for you. But most importantly, once you have the plan, hold you accountable to it. That's important. So that's what, if you can answer yes to any of those questions that I just reviewed with you, then yes, you should probably look into working with a business coach or business advisor. Because once again, it's the most effective and inexpensive way to achieve growth and change and development in you, the individual owner, or department of your company, or your entire organization. If you'd like further information about my business coaching services and business advisory programs, if you look on the screen there for a free consultation, give me a call. There's my email there as well. Contact me, and I'll be glad to work with you. So if you have questions, again, call me. We're going to take a break now, and after the break, Carl's going to be interviewing our very special guest.
Welcome to Tampa Bay Networkers, also known as TBN. I think you will agree that business networking success is all about numbers. The more new people we can meet or network with, the better our chances for business success. When you attend your current networking meetings, do you ever feel like you are collecting the same business cards and listening to the same 30-second commercials week after week without meeting many new people? Well, that can all change when you become a TBN partner. Tampa Bay Networkers has developed a unique formula for networking groups all over the Tampa Bay. The TBN formula is based on honesty and incentive, and it will provide you with an abundance of new networking opportunities like you have never experienced before. Not only does the TBN formula provide you with more networking opportunities, Tampa Bay Networkers will pay you to use the formula. If you would like to put your business in front of more people and get paid to do it, you need to check out Tampa Bay Networkers.
Hey, good evening, everyone. I'm Carl Lucci with Success Builders, and we appreciate Walt giving that first segment on business coaching. The next segment we're going to do is our special interview, and we have a special guest tonight. It's Lori Spalding. She actually has a show here, and it's called Barking Out Loud. And Lori, I just want to thank you for joining us this evening.
Thank you very much for having me.
Great. Lori, right off the bat, I just want to understand a little bit about what is Barking Out Loud.
Okay. Well, it's a show all about dogs. It really is information for people who have dogs or want to have a dog. We have a special emphasis on rescue because I run an organization called Florida All Retriever Rescue. We bring adoptable dogs on board. We bring them in the studio. We show their puppies. Everybody has fun here. And then we also do a resource guide that gives people suggestions on where they can go, whether they can take them out to eat somewhere or take them with them if they want to go traveling somewhere, basically places that are dog friendly, because most of us work during the day and our dogs unfortunately stay home and get stuck there, so we want to make up for it and take them with us.
Cool. I love the concept, and I used to have a retriever. I used to have a large dog myself, and now I have a small dog. But I'm interested, how long have you been doing this, and when did you really get started doing it?
Well, I've been doing rescue for about 15 years now. I got started up in Boston. Just happened to overhear a conversation in a bank of a lady who had a bunch of puppies, and she needed help with finding them homes. They didn't have a mom, and she was bottle feeding them, and they needed a place to go. So I had just gotten married and bought a house and was all excited because growing up in the city, I wasn't allowed to have a dog. So I obviously contacted her. We met up, and I got my puppy, and I worked all day, and my sister helped take care of it by checking on her. But she was lonely, so I felt like she needed a buddy. So I researched rescue, and I started with an all-breed rescue up in Boston. and got her a buddy, and we fostered and just found that all the little dogs were getting taken care of. Everybody wanted the little poodles and the Shih Tzus and the Lhasas and the Pomeranians. No one wanted the Labs. They were too crazy for them because they were rambunctious, and no one wanted the Goldens, believe it or not. I mean, down here in Florida, it's like gold, literally, no pun intended. But I mean, it really is just, no one wanted the big dogs. So I made it my mission and some of the other volunteers, and we created Northeast All Retriever Rescue up there near. And then I moved down here 2 years later, and thankfully Near's still going strong up there, and I helped out Lab Rescue for about a year or two, and then decided to create FAR, Florida All Retriever Rescue.
Cool. That's amazing. And you were telling me before, and I think it's really important to understand, I was just blown away at how many dogs you've taken in and how many you've been able to place. Tell us a little bit more about that if you could.
Yeah, it's a busy business. I mean, there is no doubt about it. And it's funny actually. People asked me, "You're going to be on a business show. How does that even make sense?" And I said, "People don't understand. I mean, you have to run a rescue like a business, or you are going to fail. There's supply, there's demand, and unfortunately, the supply is overwhelming. You have to figure out what your market is, and you have to look at, okay, there's all these shelters, there's all these places. Where can I get the dogs from that are going to best meet my market demand?" And down here, those are smaller dogs, unfortunately. But for us, we still get our big dogs. Everybody wants a golden. Everybody wants a yellow lab, especially the puppies. Nobody wants black labs down here. In Boston, everybody wants a black lab. They don't want, people say, oh, it's our furniture and our light and everything's light here. The hair matches. Whatever it may be. But we have Great Pyrenees here. We have all sorts of stuff. But you've got to look at your market and figure out what maybe worked in Boston doesn't necessarily work down here. We take in the last couple years, we have averaged about 500 to 600 dogs a year. And we place everything we take in unless it has a severe medical issue that cannot be helped. And we do anything and everything. We spend thousands of dollars on our dogs, but we've had dogs turned into us who have been hit by cars, and we've done all the surgeries, but there's internal bleeding and we've lost them. We've had a couple behavioral cases that we've worked with for months and haven't been able to help with some aggression, and just because it's a lab doesn't mean it's friendly. But there's just different, there's so much to it, and it's a lot of work. It's a business, but we just don't pay our employees. We're all volunteers, so we do this out of the kindness of our hearts. So. Okay,
well, I'm sure that there are some financial obligations that you have. How are you raising funds to keep it going, and how are people finding you? I mean, how do they know where to find you and how to find you to either get a dog or if they need to give up a dog?
Mm-hmm. A lot of people use petfinder.com. It is a website where you can just search for any rescue by putting in your zip code, or if you're looking for a dog or a cat, you can do it that way. You can type in you can put Labrador in your zip code and it'll bring up. They can contact us. We have a Facebook page, Florida Retriever Rescue, or FAR, F-A-R-R. People contact us there all the time, or they contact us at floridaretrieverrescue@yahoo.com. Anybody can get hold of us in any of those ways, and we do take owner surrenders. We do also, like I said, a majority of our dogs come from the shelters, but we get calls a lot of, I found this dog on the street, what do I do? Can you help me with it? And yes, we, as I mentioned, have a lot of surgeries. March, we had $12,000 in emergency surgeries alone, and that's not just the spay neuters that we always do. These were emergency surgeries, hit by a car. One was an emergency C-section. We had another hip thing was actually from a car situation. We had, just like everything you could think of, parvo puppies and everything else. So unfortunately, it's a reality of rescue. Your puppies are your money makers. So you have to carefully balance taking in puppies, who tend to be the sicker ones, but puppies who are your money makers with the adults who are going to take a little bit longer and the adoption fees aren't as high. So it's a delicate balance.
Okay. So what geographic areas can you cover? If somebody was, you're in Tampa. Mm-hmm. So what if somebody were in Lakeland, or, how far reaching can you go with this?
We pull in from all over Florida, Georgia, and Alabama currently. That's about as far as our reach goes. We've tried South Carolina, but it's just too hard for transport. If you're looking to adopt a dog, we do adopt out of the area as long as you are willing to drive to us to meet the dog and adopt. That is the big key. We don't ship dogs. You can't do sight unseen. What if it's not a match for you? What if the personality is not right? Just because it's a yellow lab doesn't mean it has the personality you need. So we will go all over. You know, it's everybody finds you on internet. It's not just a local Tampa thing. But our volunteers are in Tampa Bay only, in Pasco, Hernando, Pinellas, and I'm trying to think. We have some in Polk County. So we try and reach as far as we can, but again, do it safely, and you have to be committed to come here and get them.
Okay. How about veterinarians? Do you work with any veterinarians that are local or any other agencies or anybody else that can help you help these dogs get placed or help them with their health or whatever?
Definitely. Without our veterinarians, we'd be lost. If we had to pay $250 for every spay-neuter, which is what it costs a normal person to do, and our adoption fee is only $150, obviously we'd lose on every single dog. So we have wonderful vets in the area. We have 2 in Tampa that we utilize. Country Chase, which is in West Chase, who covers our West Tampa stuff. We have East West Animal Hospital, Dr. Register. They're over in our East Tampa and North stuff. We have Pinellas County. We have our Clearwater Vet, which is almost all our spay-neuters, which is Animal Health Care Clinic. We have one in Palm Harbor called Day and Evening Clinic, which does a lot of them. And then Brock Animal Hospital, who's also my personal vet, out in Pinellas Park, who does a lot of our emergency and normal vet stuff. We also have 2 far-reaching ones for some of our Hernando. We have a Hernando on Haystown Animal Hospital who does everything, and then one out in Lakeland who's strictly a spay-neuter clinic.
Okay. Now, what day is your show and what time is your show so we can let the viewers know when they could possibly view it?
Definitely. I appreciate that. Barking Out Loud is on Thursdays at 8 p.m. here live in the studio. So we're here from 8 to 8:30 and talking about everything you could possibly imagine dogs.
Okay, great. I tell you what, I'm a pet lover. If you're a pet lover, I really encourage you to watch the show. It's really a good show, and it's not only informative, but it's really entertaining. And sometimes you even have the dogs on the show, don't you? You bring the pets
We
on?
do. We bring our adoptable dogs in. I had a great Pyrenees in here, and everybody in the studio was like, there's a polar bear. What is that?
Okay, so if people want to contact you once again, do you have a phone number they can call, or do you prefer them getting to you by Facebook? I mean, how's the best way to get a hold of you?
Best way to get hold of us is our Facebook page. You can message us. You can post on the wall. If you have a dog that you need to surrender, pictures, write up information as much as you can give us is possible. That's where we post everything, but we have our information on the screen. If you are looking to adopt, it's Adopt From Far at Yahoo. If you want to volunteer, it's Foster for Far at Yahoo. And if you'd like just general information or contact us, it's again, you can always use flretrieverrescue@yahoo.com.
Okay. I notice on the graphic it's a little small, but what is the Facebook address? I mean, what can they type in to get directly to you on Facebook?
Well, it's, as always, of course, facebook.com, but you would search us by Florida Retriever Rescue and then FARR. So Florida Retriever Rescue, FARR.
Okay. Well, Lori, we're just about to the end of this. We're going to be having another break here pretty soon. But if there's any more information you would like to give us about, the pet rescue, or, what is your biggest need right now? What can people help you with?
Foster homes. That is our biggest need. We have a shelter in Bainbridge, Georgia. That is one of our partner shelters that we work with all the time. They're amazing. Bainbridge Decatur Humane Society. Their manager holds dogs for 2 years if she has to. She does whatever she can. She'll get out on a Sunday. She'll meet a flight. She'll do a transport, whatever she has to do. And right now they are hurting horribly. They had a huge surrender of an abuse case. They don't have the kennel space for that. So everything that's in there has got to get out, or as much as possible. So we're teaming up with some of the local rescues here, Lab Rescue of Florida, Roar, hopefully Pet Pals, and we're trying to get together. We're going to probably do a little van trip this weekend to go up there and bring as many back as we possibly can. So we need foster homes. Wow. Puppies, adults, anything. I don't care. Yeah. And it only lasts sometimes days, sometimes it lasts weeks, sometimes it's a month. So. Okay.
All right. Well, I encourage everyone to view her show. And even if you don't remember where she's at and you know about our show, contact either myself or Walt, or just go to Let's Talk Business Tampa Bay, and we'll get you her information because this is an important issue. And having been a golden retriever owner before, I love those animals, and I just can't understand why anybody wouldn't want a golden retriever. They have got to be some of the most lovable pets in the world. So I encourage you to do that. Lori, I really want to thank you for coming on, and I think it's an important thing you're doing, and I know this is a volunteer thing, and I know what that's all about. It's it's a lot of work. So I just want to thank you again for being on the show.
Thank you very much.
All right, we're going to go to another short break, and when we come back, Walt's going to tie the show up, and I think he's got another giveaway. So thanks for listening in to Lori. I think it's a very important and vital aspect to the pet, rescue world, and I encourage you to get a hold of her. So let's go to break. Thank you.
Have you ever had the opportunity to refer someone you knew but you didn't have their business card with you? Hi, I'm Bob Terrell, the presentations coach, and I just found this great new free networking and marketing tool that will revolutionize the way you get referrals. It's called mycardlistings.com. It's easy to use and access is free to everyone with an internet connection. With mycardlistings.com, you can search for the best businesses in Tampa Bay and then share them with others right from your cell phone. Upload your card today on mycardlistings.com so others can contact you anytime, anywhere with a call or email directly from your business card listing.
And we're back. And I want to wrap up the show. First of all, I also want to thank Lori for coming in and being part of the show today. That was terrific. A lot of information about her retriever rescue operation. That's great. And anything you can do, go to her website or Facebook page. And if you can donate, that would be great. Help her out. And also, if you have any questions about the coaching segment that I did in the beginning, have any questions about if you need a business advisor, business coach, and so forth, give me a call. I can certainly help you with that, answer your questions, and you always get your first consultation is always free. So I can help you with that. That'd be great. Finally, as I always do every show, we have a secret word. And just like last week, we did have a winner of last week's secret word. It was Nicole Cifelli, and she won a ticket to the Jeff Williams show on May 17th at the Pinellas Park Performing Arts Center that's being sponsored by the Pinellas Park Chamber. So she will receive that ticket and be able to go to that show absolutely free. Tonight, I'm going to give away another ticket, another free ticket to the same show, May 17th. It's the Jeff Williams Magic Show. He has a great stage show. It's amazing. This guy's an amazing magician. If you haven't seen him, you should make it a point to see a Jeff Williams show. But I'm going to give another ticket away, and the first person that contacts me with the secret word tonight, which has been chosen at random, the secret word tonight is bananas. Secret word is bananas. So the first person to contact me, either by phone, text, or email, telling me that the secret word is bananas, they will win one ticket to the Jeff Williams shows on May 17th. I want to thank you all for tuning in tonight. And we enjoy bringing the show every week. We have a lot of fun, and we're going to continue to make it better and different and even add some entertainment down the road as we develop this. But thanks for watching. See you next week.
This program was brought to you by the Internet Broadcasting Organization, setting the standard for new media broadcasting.